Hello my love bots, and welcome back to my channel. If you do happen to be new here, welcome. My name is Faith. Before we get started, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share this video. If you do subscribe, comment below, let me know where you're viewing from so that I can give you a warm welcome. Hello! Today's video is actually health and nutrition related, and bear with me, the article that I am going to discuss with you is super slow for some reason. I guess the website just really sucks. So I found some information on basically further research that states that overeating is not the main cause of weight gain. So grab whatever drink, whatever snack. I've got some peppermint tea in my little owl mug. Get comfy. Let's read. Let's discuss. Let's debunk. So first off, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's this website or if it is just my computer as a whole. I honestly think it's the website. And I'll tell you, this information's coming from India. So, we are reading, overeating doesn't cause obesity, but eating processed food does, says a study. Now, right off the bat, let me just say, overeating does cause obesity. We've already proven time and time again that if you input more energy than what you output, of course that's going to lead to weight gain. So immediately, I don't like where this is going, but you know, we will continue to read and we will see what we get out of this. So the lead author on this is Dr. David Ludwig. He is an endocrinologist at Boston Children's Hospital and a professor at Harvard Medical School. He explains that the energy balance model doesn't really help us understand what biologically goes on in the background enabling weight gain. So the carbohydrate insulin model, however, boldly claims that it's not overeating that causes one to get overweight. The blame falls entirely on the dietary patterns of the individual with respect to the excessive consumption of foods that are high on the glycemic load, essentially rapidly digestible carbohydrates. These foods result in hormonal responses that alter our metabolism, increasing fat storage, weight gain, and eventually resulting in obesity. So first, before you run out and start doing the keto diet, I can debunk this right here. That's not, no. There are multiple things that play into obesity, and including genetics. So for one person, eating carbohydrates, their body may respond better versus another person, maybe their body doesn't respond quite as well. Maybe they're not able to process carbs quite as well. I also want to point out there are a variety of different carbs. So you note that that said, essentially your rapidly digestible carbs. So you have carbs that are simple carbs and you have complex carbohydrates, which take more time to break down and they produce energy for a longer, versus your simple carbs, which are full of your sugars. Excuse me. Your simple carbs are going to basically give you a boost of energy and then end in a crash because they come and they go, if that makes sense. But let's read this a little bit more. So, this article says that essentially humans consume a lot more than they need and are left with excess nutrition to deal with. However, a new paper published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition states that this method is flawed. Instead, researchers propose that the carbohydrate insulin model offers a better way to more effective weight management. This page sucks. So, okay, getting through the ads. Oh, stupidindia.com. The carbohydrate insulin model claims that it's not overeating that causes one to get overweight. The blame falls entirely on dietary patterns of the individual with respect to excessive consumption of foods that are high on glycemic load, essentially your rapidly digestible carbs. Okay, first of all, that's in respect to excessive consumption of foods in general, whether it is a carb or a protein or a fat. It doesn't matter what it is. If you sit there all day and you're eating peanut butter, you'll gain weight. It doesn't matter. Your body doesn't care really if it's a protein, a fat, a carb, whatever. If you're consuming more energy than what your body is burning, your body's going to store that, in turn leading to fat. Okay, let's continue. Sorry guys, I don't know why this website sucks so bad. I'll link it below too so that you guys can read everything that I'm reading. And now it's like, no, there we go. So this says, when we consume highly processed carbs, the body boosts insulin secretion while suppressing glycogen secretion. This causes fat cells to store more calories with not enough calories to be left for powering muscles and other metabolic processes. The brain understands this as the body not getting enough energy, which causes the feelings of hunger. To add fuel to the fire, metabolism would slow down to conserve fuel in the body, and this results in us feeling hungry while we gain more fat. So I do agree with that. What I think causes the most weight are your processed foods. I have always been a believer that a calorie is not a calorie. If you're consuming 500 calories of McDonald's versus a 500 calorie meal of chicken, a side salad, asparagus and potatoes or rice or whatever. If you have two of those meals, the McDonald's, let me hold down my tea, the McDonald's at 500 calories and the chicken with the rice and vegetables at 500 calories. I'm a strong believer that you can gain weight much, much quicker on this meal, the McDonald's meal, versus the chicken and rice and vegetables meal, because the calories that you are consuming hold a higher nutritional value, so they will A, keep you fuller for longer, B, it's taking your body more to burn and divvy up those minerals because they're going to use those because they have a variety of nutritional factors. Versus the McDonald's meal, it's not going to stick with you because it's all processed. Your body's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Let's just throw it out because it's not nutrients that we want to use. So you're getting rid of it quicker. You're going to be hungrier quicker. And two, it's so high in sodium, chances are you'll be a lot more bloated from that. So you may also look like you have gained weight in a short amount of time, but it's really just bloat. But with the chicken and rice and veggies, you're going to feel good, you're going to look good, and that's going to go directly to your muscles, your metabolic processes to fuel your body, and it keeps you satisfied for longer. So I'm a believer that calories are not equal, and a lot of nutritionists will fight me on this because I've heard them. I've heard a lot of nutritionists fight that your body doesn't care, a calorie is a calorie. I understand their way of thinking, but I am a strong believer that it does matter. So when they say that consuming highly processed carbs store more calories, it's not enough. I think when we're consuming processed foods, either your body just stores them because it doesn't know what to do, because it doesn't know how to use those to power the muscles and the metabolic processes. And then two, that is the result of why you're feeling hungry, but you're also gaining fat, because those kinds of foods like McDonald's, processed foods, all of that, it does not keep you fuller as long as something substantial with your veggies, your chicken, your rice, a complex meal. It doesn't keep you as full, but you're still storing what you just ate. So gaining the fat, being hungry at the same time, if that makes sense. I'm sorry. I know that was very, that was a lot of information. That being said, this makes it sound like you shouldn't eat potatoes, you shouldn't eat rice, you shouldn't eat, pasta. I'm a strong believer in that it's okay to indulge. If you're going to indulge, I recommend you doing something at home. Something that you can make slightly less processed. So if you grill up some chicken, add it to pasta, make your own sauce to go on top of it, add in some veggies, you can still indulge and add nutritional value from time to time. So instead of like going to Olive Garden where they slam their foods with salt and everything, the only thing that you're really using at home that's processed is that pasta, and then you make your own chicken, you add in some veggies, whether it's broccoli, asparagus, peppers, tomatoes, spinach, whatever, so you're getting that nutritional value. So it's going to help you to stay fuller longer, and your body's not just going to hold on to all that and store that as fat, if that makes sense. So they continue to say that researchers highlight, in order to fight the obesity epidemic, we need to consider not just how much we are eating, but also how the food we consume affects our hormones and metabolism. And I agree. I do agree with that, because I think certain foods have an effect on the chemicals in your body. And I have heard registered dietitians fight me on this too. Some foods, especially your processed foods, are specifically designed to keep you coming back for more. They are intentionally addictive, and they react to chemicals in your brain. Sugar. For me, sugar, hands down, is a huge culprit. It's extremely difficult for me to just have a taste of sugar and not basically binge on it. That's just being 100% honest. I know if I want something sweet, I need to turn to fruit. It will satisfy me, but it won't have me continuing to crave it. And that's because fruits have natural sugars in them. But something that is processed is chemically designed to get you to continue wanting it and craving it. Because of course, those companies need to continue making money, right? So 100%, I think that some foods affect how your hormones, your metabolism reacts, and that can lead to whether it's cravings or just maybe your body, even like how it reacts to salt, your body ends up retaining water, which then makes you feel bloated, makes you look a little bit heavier, even though it's just water weight. So yeah, I can understand things like that. I think that they've taken some information though and kind of twisted it. Like some of this information I 100% agree with and have said this for years. So they go on to say, I think that's actually it. They just go on to ask questions actually. So I'm gonna link this. The site sucks, but I will link this site below, and I'm curious to know what your thoughts on this are. I don't like that it says overeating doesn't cause obesity, because it does. Excuse me, facts of the matter is that overeating causes obesity, but 100%. I think that the kind of food that you're eating matters 1000%. If you are cooking your food at home you are implementing all of your macronutrients. That is going to be 10 times better for you than eating out or buying packaged foods. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will catch you guys next time.